What's up, everyone? My name's PlatinumHowler, coach of your Coquitlam Red Gyarados. Today I'm bringing you my quarterfinals match of Season 6 of the IBL against Phantombass and the New York Cosmogs. Of course, we are having to play this game on Showdown just like we did in Week 7, the first time we faced off against each other because Phantombass does not have access to a 3DS. So the first time that we played Week 7, that was his first week in taking over for Tone and the Miami Marlins. So he used Tone's roster in that game, and then since then, he has made a whole host of transactions and basically has a completely different team for us to prep against this time. I believe only 5 Mons remain from the original roster that Tone had drafted. So I'll go over the New York Cosmogs roster. They've got Tapu Fini, Volcarona, Nidoking, Tyrantrum, Vanillux, Alolan Sandslash, Mega Medicham, Ferrothorn, Mismagius, Zapdos, and Lickilicky. He's one of those rare teams that actually has enough points to have 3 Z captains. So Volcarona, Alolan Sandslash, and Lickilicky can all have Z moves on them if they want. So Tapu Fini, Volcarona, Tyrantrum, those 3 Mons were from Tone's original roster, and they all came against us the first time. I don't think Tyrantrum will be making a repeat appearance, but I could be wrong about that. And I believe the other 2 Mons that were from the original roster were Lickilicky and Vanillux. And he now has Alolan Sandslash to actually take advantage of the hail and do some big damage against us with the Slush Rush. Interesting to note, his team is actually now, it's super slow. His fastest Mon is Mismagius at base 105 speed, so that means that my Mega Gallade and Zeraora both outspeed his entire team. In fact, I am running an Adamant Choice Banded Zeraora to really try and take as much advantage as I can of his overall low team speed. So yeah, the previous time he had Mega Pidgeot to come in and revenge kill my Mega Gallade pretty much every single time very reliably, but now that he doesn't have that, Mega Gallade is much more of a threat, so I feel a lot better my chances of getting off getting up a Swords Dance and then potentially just sweeping through his team. So as for what else I've got on my team, I have Bronzong with Rocky Helmet this time. The first time I brought Bronzong as a heat-proof set, max specially defensive to check the Volcarona, but this time I want to make sure that I can get Stealth Rocks up with it and hopefully keep them up because that's going to be really nice in chipping down the Volcarona and the Zapdos. There you see the challenge pop up right there, but we will accept that in a little bit after we finish going over my team. We also have, as I said, Choice Banded Zeraora and Mega Gallade Swords Dance. Chandelure is coming this time. It didn't come the first time, but it's a Choice Scarf set, so we can bring it in to revenge, threaten out the what's the thing called, the Mega Medicham, and also deter him from just spamming high jump kicks against my team or whatnot. He has brought Drain Punch more often than high jump kick. I don't actually think he's brought high jump kick at all, but still, it's important to have. I think it's important to have good resistances to Mega Medicham for sure. It's partially why we have the Rocky Helmet on the Bronzong as well, to help get some chip damage against that thing. We have an Assault Vest, very specially defensive Hippowdon with the Sandstream, so we'll be able to reset the hail in case the Sandslash wants to abuse the hail and be faster than everything on my team. So we can get rid of that, and we can also bring this in to mainly check his Volcarona. So it's kind of just an insurance policy to make sure that I don't lose to either one of those 2 things. But I can also use it against the Zapdos and the Nidoking to take some hits and deal a lot of damage back to them in return. And then Tentacruel didn't come the first time, but here it is as my Tapu Fini check. Max speed to hopefully speed tie with the Medicham and the Zapdos. And if I get an Acid Spray off on a switch in after he goes out with Tapu Fini, then I should be able to do massive damage to each of those. So that's going to be our team, and we will see what Phantombass has brought in this game. So there is the Mismagius, which I believe is going to be Choice Scarfed as a means of revenge killing my Mega Gallade. Good thing I have Shadow Sneak on my Gallade to hit that thing. Licky, actually, I'm surprised to see that. Because that kind of just invites in my Mega Gallade. And that's an easy, that's kind of an easy Sword Stance for me. Kind of makes me regret not packing Trick on my Chandelure. Because I could have tricked the Licky a Choice Scarf. But I think the reason why I didn't do that was because I didn't want to potentially trick the Tapu Fini a Choice Scarf, because then he could have been faster than my Mega Gallade. So, Zapdos, Fini, Nidoking, Medicham, those 4 Mons have come to every game that he has played so far since he's had his new roster. Goodness. So, worthy to note that we don't actually see the Volcarona or the Hail. So Hippowdon a little bit less useful. We can use that to check the Zapdos and the Nidoking and just get some good damage off against his team in general. So I could actually just lead with the Hippowdon, and that should match up decently against pretty much everything. Oh man, sorry, I'm quite nervous. Just because live comming a playoffs match is there's a lot to. Playoff matches are nerve-wracking in general, and especially when you have to do a live commentary of them. So just trying to kind of catch my breath here for a second. Pretty much my 2 lead options are Bronzong and Hippowdon. I think I'm just going to click Hippowdon. Going to try my best to have fun here. So Tapu Fini. That's not a surprising lead, because I think he would have tried taunting my Bronzong lead if I was trying to set Stealth Rocks with that. So I think I'm going to want to switch out into my Tentacruel immediately. Hydro Pump, oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, I'm not invested at all in like HP or special defense or whatever, but I gotta wonder if that's like specs damage. He didn't take Life Orb or anything. I want to say that's specs. But yeah, he's not staying in. So, I mean, my play is Acid Spray. This is why I brought it. In comes the Mismagius. Okay. Oh, Mismagius restored HP from leftovers. So he's not Scarfed. So that means my Chandelure will outspeed him. So if he's leftovers and not Scarfed, will he outspeed me? Is it worth me staying in with my Tentacruel and chipping it down, or should I go back into the Hippowdon because oh, but that's just gonna bring the Tapu Fini right back in. I should probably just click in and stay in and click Surf, hope that I'm faster. Oh, he goes out into the Zapdos, okay. Fine with that. So, yeah. Either I want to speed tie there, or I'm just faster. So 32%. I could potentially click Ice Beam. Ice Beam will Surf. Ice Beam's not going to kill. Could get in my Zeraora. I am Choice Banded. I could get a good knockoff against something. Neolimus Magius isn't scarfed. I wonder if the Tapu Fini is scarfed. Maybe Tapu Fini's scarfed and not specs, like Modest Scarf or something. If he is Scarfed Fini, then he actually could also outspeed my Scarf Chandelure. So I should probably make sure that I save this Tentacruel in case that the Tapu Fini is actually scarfed. 2 turns of terrain left, so he can't Toxic Hippowdon. Could just try to U-turn here though. If he U-turns, he gets in Tapu Fini. I'm gonna go in Zeraora. Make the aggressive play, try to get some offensive pressure on. I should probably try to make my moves quicker in general, just so that I keep my level of stress down at the moment. He's thinking hard about what he wants to do as well. Probably calculating to see if Ice Beam KOs, but it definitely does not, because I didn't get the Acid Spray off against him. See, if this thing comes in again just to pivot in against my Tentacruel like this is why I would want Stealth Rocks up. Goes for a Roost, okay. In that case, I kind of wish I had stayed in and clicked Ice Beam. But I'm going to predict, I'm going to go for knockoff, Choice Banded knockoff to get a big chunk of damage off on that Nidoking. It's actually going to be this thing that comes in. We're going to get rid of his leftovers. Not what I expected to come in. I could just go. So if he's okay, Zapdos probably has Defog then, which is good because that should give me more momentum, allow me to make the offensive play more. I'm just gonna go Bronzong to try to get rocks here. Knocks off. Okay, he takes Rocky Helmet damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna go rocks. Gosh, I'm really fidgety. Okay. So knock off. He's not leftovers Licky. Oh no, wait, he was, and we got rid of it. That's right. Okay. So Wish, Protect. If he goes for knockoff again, then he's actually going to... He would potentially give me a justified boost with Gallade. Is there anything he would want to pass this into? mean, he could try going into... Could try going into the Zapdos. I mean, I get a Toxic off against anything that's not Nidoking, and if he brings in Nidoking, I can just Psyshock it. So I should probably just stay in and Toxic. Oh, he Dragon Tails. Interesting. Guess he was predicting a Gallade switch in there. So knock off Wish, Dragon Tail. I would think Protect. So probably not Heal Bell. Probably not Earthquake. Earthquake would be able to do a lot of damage to me here. He also has Dragon Tail so that I can't set up Swords Dance with him. So I can't set up Swords Dance against him with Mega Gallade. So with Rocks damage, Surf into Ice Beam should KO the Zapdos. I'm just going to stay in and click Acid Spray. This Magius comes out again. But we know that we're faster than him because our Black Sludge goes before his leftovers. So we can comfortably go for a Surf here. You may want to try to get in his Medicham. So I could predict him to switch and go for Acid Spray again. Kind of is the play that I want to make. Although, how much will my Surf do to him? Will it do over half to him? No, I think the smart play is just to go for Surf. If he goes into Medicham, there's a chance I might be able to... Oh, it doesn't kill, okay. Will-O-Wisp, whatever. I should be able to... I don't know if I will kill him with Acid Spray. I mean, if the best thing he can do to me is Will-O-Wisp, then do I lose much from clicking Acid Spray here? First time it did 9%. So if it does double that, then I should knock out this Miss Magius. The first time it did 10%, so 9% was a high roll. So Acid Spray might actually not knock him out. Surf into Ice Beam should KO Zapdos. Surf is 135, Ice Beam is 180. Maybe not. Should probably just reveal Ice Beam. Oh, he does go Zapdos. Okay, good thing we clicked Ice Beam. 43%. So another one kills. We should just click Ice Beam again. Because if he switches out, then he will be coming back in on rocks at about 15%. And at that point, he'll be in range for a lot of things. So I should just click Ice Beam again to make sure I kill. I think Tentacruel is going to be, unless he goes into Medicham. Okay, he does go Licky. And my guess is he goes for Dragon Tail on this turn. Acid Spray. If I think he's going to go for Dragon Tail, Acid Spray is not Probably not the best play. I'm actually gonna go for Surf. There comes Metacham. 60%! Nice! Wow, he's just letting me weaken him so much. Okay, so do I risk a potential speed tie? Could also go for Fake Out. Fake Out would do a ton. At this point, I don't even need to get a Swords Dance up to beat everything on his team with Gallade that's not named Tapu Fini. So I shouldn't let this take a ton of damage because this is my best way of dealing with Tapu Fini, or at least pressuring it out. And I do believe that he is a Scarf Fini. So I want to make sure that I keep this at as high amount of health as possible, which is why I'm going to go into my could go into Bronze. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Bronzong. Send Headbutt, okay. And now I want to pivot into Chandelure to make sure that he can't Drain Punch a whole bunch of that HP back. Yeah, good, okay. So my play now is to go for Flamethrower. He's in range to die to Flamethrower. Licky Licky should die to 2 Flamethrowers as well. Okay, we're in a really good spot here. We're doing great so far. Tapu Fini should come in now. And I could go into Bronzong and sack it off. Or I could go into, or I could just leave this in. No, that's not a good idea. Do I want Bronzong for anything? Hydro Pump did 36.8% to me. Which has a chance. 36.8%. Depending on rolls, he might be able to 2-hit KO Tentacruel with Hydro Pump. And my best move of hitting him is only Acid Spray. So I don't think I want to let that take damage at this point. I will go into my Bronzong. Hydro Pump, ooh, okay, so I live on 1%, so he has to hit another one. He has to be able to hit another one to kill me if he is in fact choiced. And if he misses, then we'll get some Psyshock damage off against him. But he's actually going to sack off the Mismagius. Cool. I'm totally fine with that. Zapdos comes in and he's going to try to roost against me, but oh, you know what? So normally I would be able to Toxic this. But because he will lose his flying typing and become grounded for the turn, he'll actually be saved by the Misty Terrain, and I won't be able to Toxic him. So I absolutely should be saving this. As a sack. And I should go into my Chandelure or my Hippowdon, one of the two. Probably Hippowdon. Okay, so there's the Roost. We have Rock Slide. He can't Toxic us. I think Rock Slide is a safe play. Hidden Power, that's not going to do anything. Oh, fuck me. Come on. I run Rock Slide just so I don't miss. Last turn of Misty Terrain. So we've seen Roost. I think Roost is all we've seen. Might try to defog now. There's Roost. Okay, whatever. Maybe I should have gone into my Chandelure. That did nothing. He's definitely, like, physically defensive. Toxic Roost. HP. Ice or Grass or something. Yeah, there's Toxic. That Rock Slide miss earlier is going to come back to bite us. So now it's kind of a mind game. Does he expect me to click Earthquake? I should click Earthquake on the turn that I'm about to die to Toxic, so that I make sure that I leave him at as low HP as possible, but on this turn, I'm gonna click Rock Slide. Yeah, okay, good, so he didn't Roost. Sand will end. 20% Hidden Power. Two more turns of leftovers will bring him up to 25% where he might be able to survive rocks. But like now I click Earthquake. Like that's a totally safe play for me, is to click Earthquake. I don't care if he predicts that or goes for something else. It does go for Roost. Okay, good. And it's going to crit him and knock him out. Not sure if that matters, but that's nice to get the initiative here. Oh god, I was so nervous coming into this game because I've like the idea of live calming a playoff match scares the crap out of me. But we are in a really good position here. I'm just clicking Earthquake. Drain Punch, yeah. I'll get some HP back, but I'm fine with that. Now I get to bring Chandelure in and click Shadow Ball to get myself a kill. Well, maybe not, because he might try to bring in Fini. Okay, he just lets us go down. Perfectly fine with that. In comes the Tapu Fini, and I think I let this go down. He may have to rely on hitting Hydro Pump. Or I could just sack Bronzong. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a no-brainer play to me. It's just to go with Bronzong and sack it. Yeah, Hydro Pump again. So now we go into Tentacruel and click Acid Spray. Does a lot, and another one should kill. That time he did 35%, so I should be able to survive one more. He's hit all of his Hydro Pumps, by the way, which is a little bit annoying. I'm not going to lie. Is it worth going for Surf? Oh, wait. He's not Scarfed. I outsped him. So maybe he is Specs then. Specs was my initial gut. But I played just in case he was Scarf because that could have been potentially scary because he could have outsped Gallade and Chandelure. But so that means that I click Acid Spray 100% and I should kill. Yeah. All that's left is Nidoking. We haven't seen this come in. We don't know if this has a potential to be Scarfed. He is not Scarfed, and Surf knocks him out. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. We are through to the semifinals of the IBL playoffs, and we will be... Goodness. Okay. I am so happy with the way that I played that game. Tentacruel, offensive Tentacruel putting in the absolute finest of work. And yeah, so I was hoping that we could get a bye to the semifinals of the playoffs and not have to play this extra match, but this extra match went extremely well for us, and now we are in the semifinals no matter what. So our semifinals opponent actually is, it depends on the result of the other semifinal game who we play. The other semifinal is between Clutch Sometimes and OG Albina, and that match has already been played. I'm not going to spoil the result. Go over to their channels and see if they've actually uploaded their sides of the game to find out who won and who will be moving on. So yeah, we'll either be playing Kohanks or Storm. Could potentially have a rematch with Storm because we just played him for week 11. So yeah, either Kohanks or Storm will be our opponent for next week, and we will be back on Wi-Fi for that game. So yeah, I think this game couldn't have gone any better for me, honestly. Didn't even need Gallade, barely needed Zeraora, Scarf Chandelure coming through, getting a couple of kills. So yeah, great game for us, and I'm super excited to make it to the semifinals and win only our second ever playoff match. Yes, feels really good because my playoff record in the past has not been very good, but this match would make most people think otherwise. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss the rest of our IBL playoff run. So until next week, we'll see you guys later.